What is going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice. Guys, I wanted to react to this. Quenton Nelson was at the podium today after practice. Cody captured this video. Quenton Nelson specifically talking about a couple things. Big Q not only talking about Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson, but he had some interesting comments about Richardson going forward here. But I just wanted to play this real quick and kind of the first question, he's talking about Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson together. And then the next question follows Anthony Richardson talking about as well. So let's just hear this.
A leadership role, but he's new at the same time. How's he kind of integrated in taking that role?
Yeah. I think he's just done a great job of introducing himself to everyone and getting to know everyone. And he's working his tail off every day to compete, and those two are just making each other better every day. I think Anthony's having his best camp ever. I think Daniel is doing really well, and it's just awesome to see them going at it and making each other better, also rooting for each other out there, rooting for the offense's success. I think that's really big time, just great sportsmanship and stuff.
You said Anthony's having his best camp ever. What have you seen from him specifically that's different from these last couple of years?
I would just say his energy, his experience going into year 3, maturing, and then also what he's doing on the field with progressions and accuracy and spreading the ball around to all different guys. He's been doing a really good job.
So talks about how obviously DJ specifically talking about how DJ has really done a fantastic job of, coming in, competing, being part of the locker room, which is a great thing. And talked about how these two quarterbacks are making each other better because they're not only competing against one another, but they're uplifting each other and uplifting the offense throughout all this as well, which has been a great thing for them, which is what Quenton Nelson mentioned. And then, he talked about how Anthony Richardson has been having his best camp ever. And right now, obviously this is the 3rd year that Anthony Richardson has been in a Colts training camp. 2023 camp, him as a rookie going against Gardner Minshew. And then this last year, off of the shoulder injury, was fighting for that then. And then obviously going into this year with Daniel Jones, talked about how, his maturing, his explosiveness, and his, ability to have just been, a more complete quarterback, getting things moved around, which I think is definitely a great process here. Because again, Quenton Nelson, doesn't have to say that, but again, these guys are noticing it. And, regardless of what the national media will tell you and what other, fans across this team will tell you, is that Quenton Nelson sees it and all these other players are seeing it, that Anthony Richardson has looked like a different quarterback this offseason. Now, whether or not it translates to on-field success, we don't know. And we really won't know until that happens. But we have seen that these players are constantly showing it and are constantly talking about it, how Anthony Richardson looks different this year than what he has in years past. It's come from not only throwing the football better, but the maturity of how he has been as a player has really risen to the level that it is needed to be. So that is great to hear. A guy like Quenton Nelson bring that up because, again, Quenton Nelson, he's a no BS type of guy. He doesn't have to say something if he don't want to. And, for him to say that about Anthony Richardson and what he has become, that is a great thing to hear. And we hope that it'll continue to be that way. Just hope that Anthony Richardson will stay healthy long enough to be able to see that go through. But that's going to do it for this one. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the comments of Quenton Nelson. That'll do it for this one. Thank you guys so much. And as always, go Colts.